What is up, Kilo Crew, and welcome to today's video. Today I am very nervous to be bringing to you guys a spicy challenge. It has been a hot minute since I've done a spicy challenge with y'all, so I figure it's now or never. So the folks over at Wicked Cuts Jerky actually sent me a whole bunch of different kinds of jerky. And this one in particular they sent me is called the Carolina Killa. Now this is a blend of scorpion peppers and Carolina Reaper mash, which are two of the hottest peppers in the world. Guinness Book of World Records. I did some Googling on it. That would mean that this jerky is gonna come in at roughly 3 million Scoville if I'm not mistaken, and that is hot. So a big thank you, I guess. No, a big thank you to the folks over at Wicked Cuts for sending me a bunch of different jerky. All their jerkies are delicious, so I have high hopes that this will be tasty while it burns. Anyways, I'm going to go about this my usual spicy challenge style. I'm going to tackle this entire bag of jerky without any water and without any relief like ice cream or anything while going through and answering some questions, because I feel like you get really honest answers while you're in searing pain. Yeah, I guess there's nothing to it but to do it. I'm just gonna tear into this bag. It is unopened. See how much pain I can handle here. Answer as many questions as I can. So this is a nice fresh bag. We'll tear it open. Now the Q&A I held was over on my Instagram page, and I got tons and tons of questions. So I'm gonna get through as many as I can. It's a strong smell. I wish y'all could smell this. I'll give you guys a close up. Ooh, it's very soft. That is one thing I will say about Wicked Cuts, is all of their jerky is crazy soft. But you can see all the seeds on here. That is wild. I'm nervous. Okay, I'm salivating. Don't be a chicken. I'm going to just start munching, I guess. All right, here we go. Ooh. That is immediately very, very hot. It's got that classic fruity taste of a Carolina Reaper. But it also has that signature almighty kick right at the back of the throat. Wow. All around, it's not as hot as I was expecting, but it's definitely building up as my eyes are starting to water. My tongue is going numb. It's hot. Yeah, that's not a joke. That's very, very hot. Now, wow. Ooh, I want water. Milk. It's very sweet, which helps a lot with the heat. But yeah, that's still quite hot. I'm pulling up my questions here from the Q&A over on Instagram. Let me get them ready. Wow, I can't even make my phone function. I'm just gonna kind of go through these sort of willy-nilly. Oh yeah, that burned. Okay, this one's from Modern Farm Builds. After a big cheat day, how does your weight fluctuate to the next day? It can be a lot. Most I've seen was, I think, 12 pounds. And that was after my very first 15,000 calorie cheat day. And it was all water weight. Oh, wow, that is hot. Whew. It goes away within a couple days. Usually I'll drop about 5 or 6 pounds the first day, and then I'll gradually lose a couple pounds in the following days after. Man, this burns. Actually, I'm gonna just finish this, and then I'll answer the questions. The macros are really good on this. 27 grams of protein in this bag. Only 3 grams of fat. And impressive for jerky. In the entire bag, only about 350 milligrams of sodium. That's very impressive. Nearing the end. Thank goodness. That's so hot. If you've watched my past heat challenges, I did do Jurassic Jerky, which I believe is the hottest available on the market. That one came with a Carolina Reaper in the bag. I'd say this is comparable. Definitely comparable, but much more tender. So if you're a chili head and want to enjoy the pain, I would go with this over Jurassic Jerky. Whew. Whew. My body temperature, I feel like I'm about 1 million degrees right now. Whew. Okay, this is it. So what's in my hand is it. Whew. Thank goodness. It's gonna be so hard to go without water. Oh my goodness. Wow. Oh, that definitely builds up on you. That's not a joke. Oh. Wow. Some seeds. Trust me, the burn is still very much real. If my red face isn't giving it away. Okay, next question. From That Thing Got a Hemi. That's a funny name. Ugh. Do you have a full-time job, or is it YouTube and Instagram, aka living the dream? So I don't think I would call this living the dream, but I'm very blessed. But yes, YouTube and being in the Air National Guard are my main sources of income. I'm blessed to be able to do that, mostly because I'm very frugal, and I don't need a lot of money to live day to day. So I'm very, very blessed that YouTube has become my full-time job in the past year. I can't stop crying. Whew. This next one's from P. Bacaro. Any huge meal caused you stomach trouble? Oh yeah. I'd say the most memorable one was the Hard Rock Cafe challenge in Orlando. They had the 3-pound slice of chocolate cake. So I did the challenge just fine, felt fine. Walked back to my room, which was about a 1.5 mile walk to my hotel, and that chocolate sugar cake, it hit me so hard. I got so sick. It wasn't pretty. Let's just say it was not pretty. It wasn't cute, but definite stomach trouble. But most of the time I'm lucky that no, that does not happen. But 3 pounds of solid chocolate caused an issue. Here's a really good relevant question. This is from Josh D515, and he says, I saw you're going to Alaska with Randy Santel. Have you ever been? So this brings me up a good point. I actually leave tomorrow morning to head to Alaska to do a food tour with Randy Santel, but by the time you guys see this, I will actually be in Alaska in the middle of the tour. And the answer to this question is no, I've never been to Alaska, and I have always wanted to go. I'm really looking forward to it. I love nature, I love the mountains and hiking. Randy's pretty cool. We get to go on a couple adventures, and he's willing to go on some hikes, so I think it's going to be a really, really great time, and I'm super looking forward to it. That's another part of the reason why I had to do a lower calorie challenge. I'm about to do about 9 food challenges in a row. So this is a good excuse to do something spicy that comes in at a whopping 150 calories. And since I have so many new subscribers, this is also a really great excuse to do a Q&A so that you can get to know me and I can get to know your questions. This next question is from Steven Novik, 36. When and how did you decide to use... Ooh, that's still hot. When and how did you decide to use your massive appetite to dominate food challenges? I go into this very, very in-depth in my full day of eating, how I eat to stay lean video. and also my 5-pound Chipotle bowl challenge. But the quick and dirty is I did a bodybuilding show in April of last year. I had a huge appetite coming out of contest prep. And I was also the tiniest girl on stage in the women's physique division. I competed as a natural, but on the NPC stage, so that is an untested federation. So obviously I was tiny in comparison because I'm 5'2", but I was also extra tiny because I competed as a natural. I'm making implications here and you can read into them how you will, but I knew I wanted to put on some size, and eating a ton of food is one of the best ways to put on size. And I'm very competitive. Always loved man versus food, but I'm gonna kind of keep it to that short answer because I have answered this in the past. Yeah, so mostly to bulk and because I'm very competitive, and yeah, I fell in love with it once I started. Next question is from Lily Zopf. What do you like to do in your free time? I love to go on walks outside. I live very close by to a beautiful trail, so I love to go on walks. I spend a lot of time wasting time. I do watch a lot of like TV cartoons, not a lot I should say. I probably spend an hour and a half to 2 hours at the end of the day winding down watching shows, but I've been watching all of Dragon Ball, so all of the Dragon Ball series. So I've been spending my time doing that. So I did Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball Z, and now I'm finally watching Dragon Ball Super for the first time. I have yet to see Super. I had stopped at Dragon Ball Z, the Buu saga, as a kid, and so revisiting giving me the hiccups. Revisiting Dragon Ball as an adult has been a lot of fun and very interesting. Oh, and I play the guitar. I play it less than I would like to though. Oh, this is from the same gal. I'm assuming it's, yeah. Lily Zopf. What's the hardest food challenge you have done? Hardest would probably be the 9-pound burger challenge, the Big Daddy Burger Challenge, probably because of the thickness of that bread. That bread was so cakey. I went there thinking that I was going to be getting a 5-pound burger as advertised and got a 9-pound burger. Whew, I powered through that sucker until I had about 3/4 of the bottom bun left, and that came in, I can't remember what it was. I think just the bottom bun came in at like 1.5 pounds. Yeah, it was a lot of bread. Oh, this is a great question I've never had before. This is from Strange Traveler 21. The question is, do you ever go back to a place to actually sit down to enjoy the food instead of doing the challenge? And the answer to that is, other than Pizzerita here in Spokane, no, I haven't taken the time to do it, and I wish I would have. Locally, there's a place I went to and I did actually there's a couple places locally I did challenges at. That's Litz's Bar and Grill. I did a 4-pound sandwich challenge there. The food was incredible. I would love to go back and try more of their menu. And the other one was the large breakfast challenge I did here, Calico Kitchen. I did their Kamikaze Creation Challenge. And they had some of the best waffles I've ever had, hands down. I love waffles and they were fantastic. So I would like to go back and do actual sit down, relaxed meals at these places. I just haven't gotten around to it yet. Probably still because I'm so new to the game, but hopefully we'll be changing that soon. Oh, my nose is still running, excuse me. I'll answer 3 more questions. This one is from Jule24. Have you ever considered picking up kickboxing or MMA? I think you'd be amazing at it. Thank you. I'm assuming that's because I'm small and somewhat muscular. I have never done kickboxing or MMA, but while I was deployed a few years ago in 2017, I did try my hand at Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and that was a lot of fun. I had a great time. I learned how to roll and I got into that. And I also did boxing for a few days. I actually really thought that I would like boxing more than Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, but then I discovered I don't like being punched. It hurt. It gave me anxiety. I wasn't into the boxing thing. I liked punching, but I did not like getting punched. So I kind of stopped that one. But Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu I kept up for almost the entirety of the 6 months I was deployed. Next question is from Samuel Bear P, and the question is very simple. Drums or flats? Definitely drums. When it comes to chicken wings, drums are the greatest of all time. You don't have to deal with pushing the meat through the little crack thing that's on a flat. So much more simple to eat, and I feel like you get more meat on the bone and more seasoning, if that makes any sense. We'll call this the final question as well. This is a cool one. The question is from JMJJR11, and that is, what celebrity would you like to have dinner with and why? That's an awesome question. You know, I don't know if this includes dead celebrities, but I would probably say Walt Disney. He's always kind of been one of my heroes, and I would consider him to be a celebrity even though he's passed away. But Walt Disney to me was like so creative. He was such a good boss. His quotes and stuff on life were incredible. He just was such a child at heart, treated his employees fantastically, absolutely creative. Who's still choking on the spicy. I just think it would be fascinating, goodness gracious, to sit down with him and just pick his brain on how he was so confident, so business savvy, and literally built the Disney company from the ground up while raising a family. That whole thing blows my mind. I would love to ask him some of his leadership tips and tricks. I think that would be an amazing opportunity, but I'm going to call the questions there. This is already going to be a kind of decently long video. Hopefully not too boring for y'all. Hopefully you guys learned some stuff, got to see what you thought about the Wicked Cuts if you were ever considering buying the Wicked Cuts jerky in general. Again, I've tried tons of their flavors. My favorite flavor of these guys so far has been their maple bacon jerky, which is, as it sounds, a bacon jerky. And it is so tender and it tastes like breakfast. But yeah, overall, this was very, very spicy. Not the spiciest thing I've ever had, but this was definitely on par with Jurassic jerky, which actually came with the Carolina Reaper in the bag to supposedly make it hotter. This was fantastic. So even though I'm in pain, I recommend this if you are a chili head, as it did have a really good sweet flavor from the Carolina Reaper mash. That's saying something for when something would clock in at around 2 to 3 million Scoville. Anyways, I want to thank you guys so much for watching. If you haven't yet hit that subscribe button, please do so. I have tons of amazing content on the way, especially coming up with this Alaskan food tour with Randy Santel. I am so pumped. He's my food eating, food fighter champion hero that I've been following since day one, and hopefully you guys enjoy watching us get up to some crazy shenanigans together. Thank you guys so much for watching me suffer through that jerky, and I hope you guys are having a good one wherever you are. Bye-bye.